身高之前，可能要先定义一下，到底怎样算高，怎样算矮。德国网站 World Data 综合联合国统计处与各国的公开资料，统计了全球18到25岁之间男女生的平均身高，结果发现2022年全球平均身高最高的是荷兰，男性的平均是183.78公分，女性则是170.36公分。而另外一方面，平均身高最矮的国家呢是东帝汶，男性的身高平均在160.13。
我们讲超快。
好，那我们重新就继续录。难怪我觉得应该不那么快。等一下，我拍点。
进行吧。
太快了。
在我们讨论身高之前，可能要先定义一下，到底怎样算高，怎样算矮。德国网站 World Data 综合联合国统计处与各国的公开资料，统计了全球18到25岁之间男女生的平均身高，结果发现2022年全球平均身高最高的是荷兰，男性的平均是183.78公分，女性则是170.36公分。而另外一方面，平均身高最矮的国家呢是东帝汶，男性的身高平均在160.13公分，女性在152.71公分。而至于台湾的话呢，我们的身高大约在全球的中间值左右。台湾男生的身高平均落在173.53公分，而女生呢则是160.70公分。这个数据也跟中国还有日本差不多。不过有趣的是，有没有超过平均身高，其实并不是最重要的标准。有研究发现，其实你只要超过身高临界值就可以了。
Okay. But how tall it is, isn't it important? The United Nations have cooperates with a data company, and they have to do some research on the around the world between age 18 to 25. They have to do research on their height. In 2020, the tallest country is the Netherlands. The male's average height is approximately 183 centimeters, and women's are approximately 170 centimeters. And the shortest is Dong Di-wen, and the male's average height is approximately 160, and woman is 152. And for Taiwan, we're at the middle of the scales. For men is 173, and woman is 160, and the height is almost as the same as China and Japan. And whether it is tall is that important.
这个数据也跟中国还有日本差不多。不过有趣的是，有没有超过平均身高，其实并不是最重要的标准。有研究发现，其实你只要超过身高临界值就可以了。
And because whether you didn't tall, you didn't higher enough, you didn't higher than the average height isn't that important, because the research shows that you need, as long as you need tall as the specific points of a height.
应该不会那么长，我等下帮你按暂停。
那个研究针对台湾的交友网站当中，大家对于异性的择偶偏好进行分析，就发现男性、女性的身高偏好呢存在着一个身高临界值。一个人的身高只要超过临界值，身高被接受度就会立刻大幅提升。而根据那个研究的分析，女性的身高临界值呢是150公分，而男性的身高临界值则是170公分。
And Taiwan, they have like some social website that people can meet each other, and on that websites, and have some research and indicate that the different genders, as long as you you're higher than a specific height points, and you're getting more popular to the opposite gender. And the specific heights for women is 155, and for men is 170.
换句话说，男生只要跨过170公分这个门槛，就会变得受欢迎很多。而有另外一个研究也发现大约有一半的男性会希望女伴的身高比自己矮，但有高达90%的女性都希望男伴要比自己高。普遍来说呢，女性对于异性伴侣的身高会更要求一点点。究竟是什么样的原因让男性的身高变成这么重要的择偶标准呢？
And for men, and for men, if you're higher than 170, and you're more popular than those who are under 170, and most of the male will wish their partner will be shorter than them. And for 90% of the women, that they wish their partner would be could be taller than them. And why people were so obsessed with their height, and there are some specific reasons below.
人类对于身高的追求，可能从远古时代就开始了。科学家推测，比较高大的男性通常在狩猎打斗时会更有优势，比如视野更远、跑步更快、力量更大等等。所以从演化的角度来看，高大的男性可以提供身边的人更多生存的机会，对女性而言，自然也就越有吸引力。而随着时代的演进，人类渐渐把高大跟有能力这两件事情绑在一起了，而人们也会为了让自己看起来更厉害，想办法增高。比如最有名的矮子拿破仑，根据史料，他的身高大约是168公分，其实差不多的是当时法国男性平均值。
And as for and why men are so obsessed, or people are so obsessed with their heights, it can date from like in the ancient worlds, because they think that the men which are taller, they're more good at like to they're more good at hunting, and maybe have a better perspective while they're hunting, and they could be stronger. And this means that that means that they are more easily to survive in that cruel atmosphere, and this makes a woman, and this traits will attract more women. So height makes an important characteristic since then. So male always want to make himself look higher, and the most significant example is the short one, Napoleon, and he's 160. His height is approximately 168, and the height in that era is the average of the French.
拿破仑不止平常的会穿高跟鞋、垫高的长靴，还会要求画像当不如他，一定要骑在马上，营造人高马大的样子，来树立一种威风的形象。而到了今天呢，虽然早就不需要靠男性去狩猎打斗了，但大家在潜意识当中似乎还是会觉得长得高的人比较可靠。许多女性表示身高比较高的伴侣还是会让人觉得更有安全感。有研究发现，身高比较高的人呢，在团队里面更容易被任命担任领导或是管理的职位。
And Napoleons also wear high heels or stand in higher positions that make him look higher. And usually in his portraits, he usually tilts the painters to draw him that he is on a horse, or to make him look higher, because in this way he can look more powerful in front of the people. And nowadays people no needs to hunt anymore, but people still have more attractions on taller people, and because they thought this could make these thoughts them, they regard them as stronger. And they have a research shows that the partner which have taller, which have a higher heights, were more could be more reliable. And the research also shows that people with higher heights or more usually be in the positions of leader or management positions in a group.
我在搜集资料的时候，有看到有些身高较矮的男性表示，他们常常会被当成是小孩子看待，在工作上面比较难给别人信任感，觉得自己很容易被看扁。而对于一些小个子的女生来说呢，也同样有这样子的困扰。在这样的社会氛围之下呢，很多人都希望自己的身高或者自己孩子的身高可以再长高一点点，因此也使得如何长高这个问题成为万年不败的话题。不过
And the research shows that in the working in the labor forces, those who are shorter always regard as a child to others, and people usually think they're not trustworthy persons. And this kind of symptoms also appears in the woman aspect, and this makes them feel depressions, and so they always wish like their later generations or their children could be taller than them. So how to become taller, this kind of issues always raise public's eyes and attentions. They always want to know how to become taller, not for them, but also for their later generations.
你要不要到这边就好？
好啊，
写的蛮久。
哦，
是不是挑了一个太难的？
还好还好。
讲鬼。
讨论要怎么长高之前，我们得要先了解长高的机制究竟是什么。在人的一生当中，人体长高速度最快的时期就是青春期。青春期的少男少女身体会分泌大量的生长激素，促使身体呢当中的一种叫做生长板的软骨组织不断的增生骨质，让骨头延长，快速长高。而在
Okay, so before we talk about how to enhance your height, we should first know how the mechanism behind gaining height works. Okay, so the most significant time period of a human's growing is during puberty. During puberty, the human body will produce a kind of chemical called 生长激素, and it will somehow stimulate the
chemicals.
the 生长板 between the bones. Okay. Shit. 这个名字对。
Yeah.
这个时期哦，饮食环境跟
So during this time period, your meal, your lifestyle, and your habits will significantly affect your height.
直到青春期走到尾声，血管慢慢闭合，骨头才会渐渐停止增长，让身高停滞到下来。基本上呢，在血管闭合之后，身高就没有机会大幅增加了。那这也是为什么大家总是会说要把握青春期这段长高的黄金时间，全力冲刺身高。
Okay, so after this time period, puberty, it will be very hard for you to gain extra height. And this is why people would say puberty is the golden time period of your growth. Okay?
青春期的小孩来说呢，最重要的就是要睡眠充足。上面都指出了，睡眠时分泌的生长激素呢，可以多达几乎16倍，跳绳啊、打篮球之类的运动，就是要满足体高。除此之外呢，饮食也非常重要，像是蛋白质摄取也是很关键。那这样之后，骨骼跟荷尔蒙开始分泌，身高在这段期间内就有明显增加。而至于中国的话，就有着也是因为早期的物资不足，才特别在孩子的发育期透过转换养补充营养。当然，自己的相关饮食也会有健康饮食。
Okay, so other than grasping on the golden time period of growth, sleeping is often another significant means to gain height. Studies have shown that during sleep, a person produces 6 times more 生长激素 than average people during puberty. Another aspect that affects growing in height, is your meal, specifically milk. There was a time period during in history that the U.S. provide kids with milk to make them grow faster and stronger to support the forces in war. 食品添加剂与塑化剂呢，会让生长板块的速度变快，导致白质变多。对于家长为什么说这部分真的要特别小心？但是即便你非常注意睡眠啊、运动、饮食，也不一定能够保证就长高。平均而言，一个人的身高大约有60%到80%取决于父母的遗传，而其他部分则是看父母的努力。也就是说，如果你爸妈本来就不高，那么你想要长高就会比较辛苦一点。 However, even if you focus a lot on your meal and doing exercise, sports, and your living environment, it does not guarantee your height. Guarantee your height after your puberty. Studies have shown that 60 to 80% of height is genetically inherited from one's parents. That means if you have a short parent, it will be very hard for you to gain height, even if you follow the instructions very well.
讲到这里呢，我们刚刚说的主要偏向长不高的困扰，但长得越高真的就越好吗？事实上呢，在找对象的时候，长得很高不一定是好事。虽然我们刚刚提到的研究说，大众对于身高偏好有临界值哦，一个人的身高只要超过临界值，似乎就会更受欢迎。但同个研究也发现呢，176公分以上男性跟167公分以上女性的身高被接受度不选反向。大家对于身高的偏好其实是有上限的。像是一些女性觉得，虽然高大的男性可以带来安全感，但如果身高差太大，也会出现压迫感，好感度反而也 点点降低。而我们也看到。
So we have been discussing how to gain height and the disadvantage of being short. But now we need to focus on another question: is whether being height is good or bad. Okay, so we recently discussed that men above a certain height is more popular among females. However, the same study showed that there's a limit to the popularity of. There's a limited height that gains popularity. If you grow over that specific height, the popularity you will gain from women will actually decrease. Other surveys also suggest that women feel more safe around higher men. However, if the men are too high, they will feel a certain pressure when around men.
不少高个子的女孩表示呢，因为身高偏高，让她们比较难找到对象，觉得很烦恼。除了在找伴侣的时候，高的人不一定比较有优势之外呢，在日常生活当中，高个子其实也有不少的困扰。举例来说，许多公共空间的设计对于个子高的人其实不太友善，像是洗手台啊、桌子的高度太低、飞机、客运上面的座位太少啊、床铺的长度太短等等，对于高个子来说都很不方便。而另外，一般人也会有刻板印象，认为高个子一定擅长运动，很会打篮球之类的。如果你也是高个子的话呢，欢迎在底下补充哦，其他很少人知道的烦恼。
Some women also feel that if they have a higher height, they might find themselves harder to find a boyfriend or other companions. Okay. Furthermore, we need to discuss the disadvantages of being tall outside of finding a girlfriend or a boyfriend. Being tall is very inconvenient when you're using public transportation and public facilities. For example, the plane is, for example, public transportation, such as bus and planes, often have lesser space for tall people to stretch their legs, and public toilets often have limited spaces and are often very crammed while used by a taller person. Other than that, people that are higher are sometimes being associated with being good at sport, which is a very common problem among tall person, because they might not be good at sports. Okay, so if you were a tall person, comment down below and let us know what other issues you face during your daily life. Okay.
我们在查完资料之后觉得，或许人类在找伴侣的时候，对伴侣的身高都有一些先天上面的偏好。但我们观察到这几年娱乐媒体啊、社群的讨论呢，其实也在强化这个社会对于特定身高的喜好。举例来说呢，有不少的文章或是影片都在不断的告诉大家，情侣之间最萌、最理想的身高差是多少，或是偶像剧呢很常找高大的男性、娇小的女性作为男女主角等等。这一类的内容或许会让社会对于人们的身高设下一个期望的数字，认为。
Okay, So now moving on to our own perspectives. We believe that people have a specific interest in height when they are born, but the social medias around us nowadays are trying to force us to acknowledge or to label a specific height as more ideal. For example, we can often see posts like how much height difference between a male and female makes a perfect pair, and these posts often lead us to believe that there are a ideal height among male and females.
男生、女生要多高比较理想，而这样子的情况呢，可能会造成不少负面影响。一方面大家在找对象的时候，会变得更加顾虑大众的眼光，像是男生怕被说闲话，不愿找比自己高的女生，或是女生怕丢脸，不愿找低于170公分的男生等等。那一方面呢，对于身高达不到大众期望的人们来说，可能会更加觉得自己的外在条件不受欢迎，感到沮丧跟焦虑。尤其被身高困扰的人们，常常会有一种很深的无力感。毕竟胖瘦可以靠饮食、运动来调整，美丑呢也能够靠化妆整形来改变，但身高的高或矮，还真的是没有什么办法可以努力。
Okay. We believe that these labels actually bring negative effect to the public. For example, men may be forced to find a girlfriend that is shorter than him instead of his own free preference, and people with shorter heights may often lead to depression because they believe that they look much less attractive, and since your beauty can be changed by your makeup, your body shape could be altered after workout, but your height is not a thing that you can control in any means or ways. Okay. 我决定讲到这边就好。